everybody. This is Moses Kamai, and off to this side is David Bartel. And as you know, the both of us, to include Manuel Vera, who's traveling today, we pretty much MC the Northern Virginia Ukulele Society monthly jams. And we try to do it in a way that you don't have to bring your own book. We provide the lead sheet, usually off the left side of the screen, and we're sitting on the right side of the screen. So I'm gonna turn it over to Dave to say a few words, and then we're gonna get started with the first piece that everybody knows is "I Am What I Am" from Roy Sakuma, and the Aloha Ukulele Festival on Hawaii. David?
Well, hi, guys. Thanks for joining us. Happy spring. We're finally getting some decent weather here. Maybe someday soon we'll be able to do this in person. Just when we're getting it down, technically, maybe, we'll be able to go live again. Anyway, without further ado, go ahead, Moses.
Yeah, I was going to say that eventually we're getting closer to be able to go in person. Haven't worked out the mechanics, or haven't decided how do we continue to do something like this where we stream and have in-person together, a hybrid kind of an event, broadcasting live from our sponsor's location, Ono Brewing Company. I do want to, they are our mainstay supporter, where we get to use their brew house as a meeting place every 2 weeks, or second Sundays and fourth Sundays. Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, so I'm going to play for you the I Am What I Am. That's always been our launch. And then I go through and run through that song with you. And one of the things that's leading up to it, just so that I announce it to everyone else, we got invited to submit a video for the 51st annual. And the ensemble's putting something together we got a theme built around an arrangement that we're working on, and then we'll submit that, and we'll let everybody know when you can go and watch the 51st Ukulele Festival Oahu in Hawaii. Again, that's one of the longest running ukulele festivals here in the United States, if it is not the oldest and largest. So without further ado, we're gonna put that on your screen.
People wonder where I'm going. People watch me do my thing. People ask me who I am. Here's what I say: I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? I'd like to be reaching out, feeling free, doing good where I can, with this in my heart. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? See them going their own way. See them doing their own thing. They begin to understand. Now they sing with me. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I you see that it's me? Look, can't you see that it's me?
Hello, everybody. We're back. I know we're getting some kind of. This is a new kind of technical difficulty. It says we're not sending enough video. So the only thing we have in response is watching your chat. It says stream status is poor because of not enough. Is the video choppy and the sound sounds good, or we'd like to know if it's sounding okay. Because I need to make one adjustment, I think. I'll need to stop streaming for a minute and then I'll restream once I fix the setting. Yeah, I see a lot of frame drops, but that's usually because I'm sending too much data, not enough. This is the first time I've ever seen not enough data. Well,
Are we
I'm not
getting
seeing
any?
anybody responding okay or not.
Yeah, please give us a clue, guys. Is it looking? Was that video okay or not? Or how are we
Okay,
looking?
sounds okay to you or not. So I'm okay. I'm gonna. So everybody, just real quick, I'm gonna stop the streaming on the sending end. So the stream will still be up for the for you guys, but. Okay, I think let me see. I know how to test this real quick, so I'm going to go and put this up on the screen for a minute. I'll know when it switches in. So I'm hoping that the video is much better. Sound quality is great. Hey, Susan, thank you. It looks like the sound quality is great. I'm going to go ahead and continue. So here's the first song. We always do this in the jams, and one of the things that we do is that we play that video because it's a great song, and then some people have never heard it before because they've never been to the festival out in Hawaii with Roy Sukuma, which is now, as of this year, being run by Craig and Sarah. They are the new custodians for the Ukulele Festival Hawaii. Because Roy and Kathy are retiring after 50 years of doing this. Could not go to a better couple to run this festival into the future. Of course, because of COVID, they're doing it virtual for this year, and then we're going to be live. Hello, Pat. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad it sounds okay, and hopefully this sounds just as good. So here we go. The song goes, and it's just a straight ace. And I'm going to sing the first verse twice, just so that you get used to the sound. And then after I sing the first verse twice, it's just verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Here we go. People wonder where I'm going. People watch me do my thing. People ask me who I am. Here's what I say. Okay, here we go. People wonder where I'm going. People watch me do my thing. People ask me who I am. Here's what I say. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? Look, can't you see that it's me? Turn around. Now myself I'd like to be reaching out, feeling free, doing good where I can. With this in my heart, I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? I see them going their own way, see them doing their own thing. They begin to understand. Now they sing with me. I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me, all of me? I am what I am. I'll be what I'll be. Look, can't you see that it's me? Hold that C. Go to the ending. Look, can't you see that it's me? Oh, that's so nice. That's a really nice tune.
Yeah.
And just kind of also the backstory behind this. At the festival, the very last song that's played with all of the performers, professionals and amateurs, and all of the kids, are lined up on Kapiolani bandstands. There's the big giant steps in front. They're all the way around all the steps. The grandstand band, or the Roy Sakuma band, is up on the top. All the professional musicians are up on the stage, and we played this song. And that's something to see when you see several hundred kids, adults, and professional performers up on the stage at one time playing this song. And Roy tells a really good backstory to this, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you look at the 50th anniversary video for Ukulele Festival Hawaii, you'll get to hear his story behind this song. And I encourage you to do that. So the next song we're going to do is actually, I'm going to lead you in with Island Style to kind of, I know there's a number of folks in our group that like to hear some of the Hawaiian tunes. I'm going to try to play a little bit more during the jams of the Hapahaole kind of songs to kind of lead into it, because the Hawaiian language songs are a little bit tougher to lead if you don't know them. And then I would actually encourage, if you want to hear the Hawaiian songs, that you go to kind of Kapila Brentwood. Every Monday night they do a whole bunch of different tunes, and a lot of them in the Hawaiian language, performed in multiple different ways, a whole bunch of different arrangements. But we try to be in our society a little bit more eclectic, playing across the entire spectrum. I like to play that. So, for example, later on I'll be playing Wellerman. Some of you know that song as a sea shanty song. It's one of the ones I hope the society picks up and sort of adopts as another regular song that they do, because it's a really nice tune to kind of harmonize, a very basic harmony and a nice rhythmic go get 'em kind of beat. Well, anyways, without further ado, we're going to go to Island Style, and then I'm going to be followed by David with Jamaica Farewell. So here we go. Here's Island Style on your screen, and it is, let's see, where's on my screen? It is where? Here we go. So it goes, Oh, and the way we usually play it, I play it a lot faster than this, but it's usually a thump strum, but it's just down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a. Ooh, let's see, that's too slow. Ooh, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. While my mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, mommy salmon on ice. While we eat and we drink and we sing all day. Kanikapila in the old Hawaiian way. I gotta stop there, and I really apologize. I am playing the right chords, but I notice on the song sheet they have all the C7s on there. Though everywhere you see a C7 is supposed to be a D7, and you can play. Let me see. You cannot see my instruments. I need to fix that part real quick. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, so that way you can see. I'll back up a little bit more, and that way you can see my hand. Okay, you play the Hawaiian D7. I'm going to switch this screenshot in. So I'm going to play the Hawaiian D7 when it's just 2020. That's the Hawaiian D7. So everywhere you see a C7, because I'm playing the D7 and you might be playing the C7, say, well, that doesn't compute. Okay, here we go. Style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Oh, on the island, we do an island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. While my mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, lummy salmon on ice. While we eat and we drink and we sing all day. Kanikapila in the old Hawaiian way. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Oh, on the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Well, we go grandma's house on the weekend clean yard. Cause if we don't go, grandma's gotta work hard. You know my grandma, she like boy real sour. Well, I'm a grandma and a minute every hour. On the island, we're gonna do that one again. We do an island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Oh, on the island, do an island style. Don't forget, we'll go back to the second verse. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Well, we go grandma's house on the weekend clean yard. Cause if we don't go, grandma's gotta work hard. You know my grandma, she liked the poi real sour. My llama grandma, every minute, every hour. On the island, do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side.
I miss doing that song.
Okay, something's goofy here. Why is it goofing up now? Well, we'll do it this way. All right, yep, I missed that song too. I mean, it's... of course, I play a little bit faster, and I've really got to fix this sheet because I saw all those errors and it's throwing me off.
Oh, well.
Because I normally don't sing this song looking at the sheet, but I wanted to play it the exact same way that everybody else saw it, right? I'm going, oh man, this is messed up. You can also see there's some other ones where there's the wrong chords in there, and I'm going, now I got to fix this one. So next time, Next jams, next month, I will have this one fixed and we'll do that again. So, the next one we're going to do is David's going to do Jamaica Farewell. And David, take it away.
All right. Yeah. Moses was just mentioning our Ono Brewery, one of our sponsors, and I was saying that offline that I had been there on Friday for a happy hour at work, and it was feeling good, and so I thought, well, it's springtime. Let's do some summery kind of music. So I brought in a couple of calypso songs for the jams today. We've been doing some shanties on and off, and I thought, well, let's bring these into the mix. And by the way, as uh, Moses mentioned also Hapa Howley. I have some of those in my rotation, and we have some in our songbook. So if people want to, like, ask us to do one for a jam, we're kind of not here in the room together where we're able to do that. But if there's something that we have done before, you could try your luck or ask for it next time, and maybe we can work it into the mix. So anyway, let's see if I need to move back a little bit. So Jamaica Farewell, Calypso. We're going to do a Calypso strum. Down, down, up, down, up, right? Down, down, up, down, up. I've done this one before, fairly often, and so shouldn't be hard. It's in the key of C, C, F, G, and a D minor in there. I think that's it for chords, so there's nothing too tricky. Starting on a C chord, and this first sung note is going to be the G, down. Usually in a C chord, you're going to sing a C or a G or an E. Those are the notes in the chord, right? So let me get the rhythm going here. And kind of not too fast on this, nice and leisurely. Right? Like that. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Second verse. Sounds of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls swirl to and fro. I must declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. Okay, third verse. Down at the market you can hear ladies cry out while on their heads they bear ackee rice, salt fish on ice, and the rum is good any time of year. Encore. Sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. One more time on the chorus. Sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave my little girl in Kingston town. Leave a little girl in Kingston town. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty fun.
Now they can hear me. I was speaking and I'm going, Wait a minute. I think, yeah, and I was looking at my levels and I'm going, my microphone's turned off so nobody can hear me. So here we go again. Nice tune, David. I always like those Caribbean sounds. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, thanks, Pam. I finally caught it when I was looking at the levels, checking all the numbers on how well we're doing. Um, yeah, hey, Lynette, thanks for coming. I saw you're on the chat room as well as some of the others. I'm sorry that it was. I always have these weird technical challenges, and I'm supposed to be a techie guy. But anyways, David, well done on Jamaica Farewell. And I believe the next one I'm going to do is the Wellerman. And I'll bring that in here shortly. I got the video is always kind of weird. It's the interesting thing with Zoom and OBS. That's the software you're using. Depending on how my Zoom is set up, it's whether or not all of the windows. So this, like for example, this window I have right. Let me see, wrong hand. This hand goes out this way. This hand goes this way, and then down. So my little window right here is all determined by how my Zoom window looks. And I haven't figured out in the other software, the broadcast software, OBS, how to lock that in for this particular panel so that it's always the same regardless of what Zoom's sending into that stream.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand that we got Zoom feeding into something called OBS, which then feeds over to YouTube, right? So there's a lot of pieces to it.
And as soon as I get time, I will figure out how to, so that way nobody will have to worry about whether today they want to go to Facebook or YouTube, that I could stream to both of them at the same time. Presently, that's not possible. Even from Zoom, you could only go one or the other. OBS is one or the other. And there's some tools like Twitch that folks that I've talked to, like Victoria Vox and Brittany Piva, that said Twitch is one that you can do multiple streams. I haven't quite figured out how to make it work with the way we're configured yet. I'll eventually get it, probably by the time when we get to back in Onos. But that may still be a good thing to do anyways if we are going to run a hybrid where we have a portion of it broadcast for those who can't make it, and live for those who are at the Onos for the live presentation for the jams and for the open mic. And again, open mic, just kind of put a plug in there since I spoke about that. Open mic tonight is Mike Keale. Nope. You got something goofy going on here on the other thing. I'm trying to do multitask, and I've got the next song. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to transition back to David with his next song.
Either.
What's that?
Pam is saying she can't hear either of us.
She can't hear either of us. Can you say a few things there, David?
Yeah, Pam, can you hear this? Testing. I'm not sure why we would have both gone out.
Yeah, especially after, well, let me see, 26, 28. I think they should still hear us. Let me see. I got my...
Not sure why we would have both gone out.
Yeah, especially after, well, let me see.
Hearing that.
No, I'm hearing the stream. We have an audio stream that's going out there, David.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to remember, what they're seeing is 20 seconds after we say it.
Okay, yeah, Lynette says she hears both, so
right.
I think we're
so.
Okay.
You always have to be careful and see what time is it now for us.
I know.
We're in the past. By the time they hear us, we're
back to the future.
Past tense.
Yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to bring up this song called "The Wellerman," and some of you may know this tune from. Let me see. Don't save changes, right? So this tune, it's been popularized by a guy named Nathan Evans. He's on TikTok and has been running this song. But I worked out the chords, and some of them I simplified because there's all kinds of weird chords that are based on the group called Long Johns, and for the ukulele group. Now, the way you look at it, let me see. I'm gonna have to back up. Ooh. Let's see, and go this way. And then, yeah, I think that works. Let's see, can I still see my sheet if I take this off? Great. I can see my sheet without my glasses. Okay, so if you see you'll see the chorus, then you'll see, actually you'll see the first verse, there once was a ship, and then of course, soon may the Wellerman. That's the verse. Now there is so when you play the E, every place where you see E, play at E7. And you won't see any chords in verses 2, 3, 4, 5. And the way you read that in that matrix, that 2x2 matrix, you read she had, you'll sing she had, and then no line, which is the one below that. Then you go to the right side, B4, and then 440, and then you go as far as I heard is the last verse. And I need to set this up one more size larger. Yeah, that works. Okay. So, and it goes. Here we go. Once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. Winds blew hard and I bowed it down and blow me, bully boy, blow. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not driven 2 weeks from shore, and down the right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take the whale in tow. Who'll say the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum? One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed, and the captain mind was not on greed. He fell along to the whaleman's creed, and she took that shape and tow. Soon, one day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands some fought her, and then he died before. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days and even more, the line went slack and tight once more. All boats were lost and there were only 4, still that wheel did go. When may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum? One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. So as far as I heard, the fight's still on, the line's not cut, the whale not gone. The Wellerman makes his regular call, encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Oop, what happened to my... Oh, David took a quick break. So, hopefully I didn't butcher that song too much. I haven't played that one since last month when we did our shanties and sea songs. And the kind of... one of the themes is that the ensemble is actually going to learn a part of this song as a opening piece to a medley of songs that we're going to be doing for the Aloha Festival. That's what we have a 4.5 minute piece, and then we were asked to do a sing along at the end, and I'll leave the rest of it for your imagination where that goes. But there is, in the arrangement that we're working, there's only in the song piece, the medley piece, there are only going to be 2 shanties like this. And then there's the 2 are going to be songs that were written by Hawaiian musicians. They're Hapahali style, means the words are in English. But they also have some Hawaiian words interlaced throughout. So that's part of where I'm at with the arrangements. David, what do you think? I mean, I know I got to work on this song a little bit more, but I don't see too many.
I mean, it's a cool song. I think that's why it's gone viral. Is so, part of it's a cyclical thing. People haven't been doing shanties. I mean, yes, folk groups have been doing shanties all along, but then somebody catches it on social media and passes it around, and you get a whole new generation of people who think that's pretty cool. So that is one of the better songs I've heard. I didn't know it before this came along.
Right, neither did I. I mean, there was all these different kind of arrangements, and where there's
Yeah.
now one of the things I have noticed, and I discussed this with one of our former ensemble members in the society, and we're challenged on how we do the female harmony, so the soprano and the altos, because traditionally in all these songs, now taking the shanty song is a work song. If you think of how the tempos, there once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea, and it's if you think about it more in the terms of heave, ho, heave, ho, pulling up the masts in those days. The sails. It takes a whole crew pulling at the same time. Otherwise, they'd never get the sail up. And these songs were birthed out of being able to clue everybody working at the same tempo and rhythm. And this particular song, which was fascinating, there was at the time a company called the Wellerman. And the Wellermen had these supply ships that would go around and service all these different captains that supported their company. And this is about the Billy of Tea. There was, as far as what I've read, there was never a ship called Billy of Tea. But it gives you the idea of all the different the idea of a lot of whaling boats all over the Pacific Ocean. And oh, by the way, the Wellerman is, if I remember correctly from the story, is a New Zealand company. And all of these whaling ships and captains worked for that Wellerman, and that supply ship would go. So that's why you can see that soon may the Wellerman come. That means the supply ship's coming. They're bringing us sugar, tea, and rum. They're bringing us supplies. And then when they tongue in is a set of crew that goes out, and they're the ones who cut the tongue from the whale. If I remember right, some of it has to do with the meat, but it's also when they're cooking all the fat and everything for the oil. And then when they finish with the tongue, and then they're free to go chase another whale or bring what they got. If that fills up the entire hold, then they head home and offload. Okay, so next song is Come Back Lisa with David. So I'll quit flapping my chops and turn it over to David.
Okay, thanks.
So but of course, you have to back up a little bit, David, too. Just a little bit.
I'll back up. So it's called "Come Back, Liza." Actually, so this is just another calypso song. Both of these were on Harry Belafonte's milestone album in around 59 or 60 or whenever that was. And this is another slow one. And so I was just thinking, Moses was talking about the work songs. These are more like the relaxing songs in the evening when the people had worked hard and they would socialize. And a lot of calypso songs are actually very, very brisk, but the Jamaican Farewell and this Come Back Liza are quite the opposite. So we're going to do the same strum, calypso strum, down, down, up, down, up. And this song is very easy chord wise. It's got a C and a G, and that's it. And they follow the same pattern over and over. So once you get the pattern down, you won't even need to look at the chords. And the cue is every time there's the word water comes in, you got a G there. So it goes like this. Right? Down, down, up, down, up. Every time I'm away from Liza, water come to me eye. Every time I'm away from Liza, water come to me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. I remember when love was new, water come to me eye. There was one, but now there's two. Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. When the evening starts to fall, water come to me eye. I need to hear my Liza's call, water come to me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Standing there in the marketplace, water come to me eye. Soon I'll feel her warm embrace, water come to me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. In the shadow I stand a while, didn't I do this already? Water come to me eye. Soon I'll see my Liza smile, water come to me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Every time I'm away from Liza, water come to me eye. Every time I'm away from Liza, water come to me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. Come back, Liza, come back, girl, wipe the tear from me eye. If you get a chance to hear Harry Belafonte's version of that, he does like a duet with himself with a harmony, with a really pretty high harmony. So it's worth checking that out if you're not familiar with that. It kind of adds a dimension to what's kind of a repetitious song anyway, but it's pretty.
Yeah, Belafonte does some really nice tunes, and of course that doesn't speak lightly of his popularity in his time with all of the tunes that he sang. But David, I'm going to ask you to sing one more. I was trying to get the open mic stuff out, so I'm going to have you do "I Love Mountains" if you don't mind.
Okay, let me scroll down to that for myself. Okay, I got it ready. I see that you guys have it. Okay, I've done this one before too, in some of the jams, and this is an old, I guess, a Girl Scout song or something. I learned this when I was a kid, and it's often done as a round, and we're not going to do that obviously here, but that's kind of what the numbers are in circles. It can be a 2-part, 3-part, 4-part round, and so if you know how to do that, feel free to play off. You know, when I start the number 1 there, you wait, and then when I get to number 2, you start number 1 or something like that. Anyway, it's a simple doo-wop chord progression: C, A minor, and then D minor in place of F, and then G7 and back to C. C, A minor, D minor, G7.
Come on.
And it just goes around and around like that. Very simple. And then let's see. I guess that's about it. So I'm not going to go too fast because I'll run out of breath. But we'll give this a go. Oh, the strum. Let's see. Like that. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just a straight eights, eighth, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, right? Okay. So let me do a one round to get myself in. I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Bum diada, 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 bum diada. I love the ocean, I love the open sea, I love the forest, I love the bumblebees, I love the stars above when night turns into day. Bum diada, 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 bum diada. I love the sunshine, I love the butterflies, I love the wind blow, I love the river flow, I love the city lights when the moon is high. Bum diada, 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 bum diada. I love the sunshine, I love the butterflies, I love the wind blow, I love the river flow. Did this already. City lights when the moon is high. Bum diada, 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 bum diada. I love the daisies, I love the sugar peas, I love the meadows, I love the summer breeze, I love to walk on by, my head up in the sky. Bum diada, 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 bum diada. I kind of kept repeating the chorus at the end there because if we were doing a round, we'd be waiting for people to catch up with the lyrics, and so you just keep going as long as you want to. Again, I think I repeated a verse in there, but what the heck? All right, it's a pretty song. It's fun. It's more fun with more people. I wish you guys were here, or I wish I was there, and then we could play it together.
Yeah, I was playing around.
Oh, okay. But you wanted me to keep talking. I can keep talking. You know,
No, it's pushing all these different buttons to make all this work. Okay, we're having video problems again with the buffering. It must have been when I was trying to do a couple of the emails for the open mic later. But hopefully people are enjoying the jams. We're just kicking back and listening to it. So with the next song that I'm going to do, is we're getting, let me see, it's a 2:45, so I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule for once. And
I can do another one if you need me to. I know we have one. I have one more, but if you want me to do yet another one, fine too.
Well, can you chat me what you would like to do next? Because you got I see Octopus's Garden in there.
Right, that's next.
But so I'm going to do this song, and then whatever one you put in the chat. That's
okay.
I don't have that set up, but I will.
Okay.
We'll do Octopus's Garden after I do this next one.
Okay, and I'll send you something.
And then while I'm doing mine, then you can do that other one, just to kind of keep it going. See, I sang along. So Susan said, David, she sang along as a round. So
all right.
Fun.
Well, you can just sing along. Yeah.
Yeah. So one day when we get back into the same room, we got to be able to do. We got to do that as a full round with me, you, and Manuel.
Yeah.
Doing all three parts as the round, and then leading the different groups in that different part. That's pretty good. So here's the next song. It's up on your screen, called let me see, Paniolo Country. Now I found out, and I have to go back and re-listen to how that's presented, because the earliest I could find someone ever recording this song was Randy Travis. And then I had at the Kanikapila Brentwood, someone actually did this tune, And when they did the intro and everything for this song, they said and I didn't catch it. They said who the actual composer was and who made the first recording, which I think was either Lena Machado or whatever. I can't remember who that was. There was a different person than Randy Travis. But out of the what's available in the wild on the internet from YouTube and things like that, is this particular version, or sort of, because there's a part of the chorus that's missing. It goes into the outro about the grass, the green grass. To keep it to one page, and that's been sort of our mantra, at least from all of my songs that you've seen on the screen, because I know it fits. Some of it has to fit on a regular TV screen. Some of you got these really big high definition TV, so that kind of works. Has to do with the size of the text and everything. So one of the things that I try to be sensitive to is making sure that the song has a large enough text and that you could see it while we're playing. But the version that we did a couple of months ago had some of the wrong chords. I did catch that today, fixed it. I'm hoping that I'll fix the island style for the next time. But this particular song, the first part is a tremolo. And then you sing the chorus and you go back to the first verse again after you see the tremolo, singing it slower. Then you go to the chorus, go back to the first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, and then you go out. So without further ado, it goes. Places I have been, cities I have seen, with concrete canyons rising from the ground. Miles and miles of asphalt trails stretched across the land, stampeding metal ponies, leaving smoke along the way. I'm going back to Paniolo country, stars at night, no city lights. Paniolo country, my home on the range. The places I have been, the cities I have seen, with concrete canyons rising from the ground. Miles and miles of asphalt trails stretched across the land, stampeding metal ponies, leaving smoke along the way. Going back to Paniolo country, stars at night, no city lights. Paniolo country, my home on the range. I made up my mind, won't waste any time. I'm going back to where the clouds rise high. Take my word, it's pretty, not like the great big city. The winds still bring cool, clear cloud and air. Going back on the old country, the stars at night, no city lights. On the old country, my home on the range. Upon the old country, the stars at night, no city lights. Upon the old country, my home on the range. My home on the range.
That takes me back to my home on the range. I mean, back to the time when we used to do this song as the ensemble.
Yeah, I mean it's we actually did this at a Reston
We did the
Town Center. It was a
Multicultural Center. Was the Reston
Reston Town Center
Multicultural
Multicultural Festival.
Festival? Yeah,
And I can't remember. We all had cowboy hats.
we all
We
had
were on
yeah,
the gallery stage inside
yep,
inside the community center.
yeah, and we had a
Um,
nice harmony going on with that.
yeah, we
Lots of
had I think a
people. Yeah,
three-part harmony going.
yeah.
And no, that was pretty cool. But yeah, the original song out of our songbook is actually 2 pages because
Mm.
on the second page has all of the second chorus. You got the first chorus as you see it on the screen here. Well, see it saw it on the previous screen, and then the second chorus had the parts of the first chorus, and then it had another part of that, and then you would go back singing the first verse, and then you would sing the chorus just like we sang it here. But anyways, so there's a lot of songs that we're digging up as I'm getting better with how we're storing that and getting it prepared, and because the way I've got it set up in the software. It's easier. It's getting easier and easier as I build a song library of 1-pagers, so that if I need to throw in an extra song because we're running fast, or we want to switch a song because of the way we're doing that, it makes it easier to do that. But so without further ado, we're going to throw David up on out into the garden.
All right. Okay. Thanks. Octopus's Garden. This is obviously a Beatles song, and kind of fits the theme a little bit, of a sort of nautical thing. It's in C. It's got A minor, F, G7, G and G7. Let me see what your arrangement has. Might be a slightly simpler arrangement. At the end of each line, more or less, there's a like where the second line there where it says shade ends with a G. I may throw a G7 on after that. Feel free to do that if you want, or you can just substitute G7 and let it ride. Either way is fine. I'm just saying I may do it slightly different than what the sheet shows there. This kind of a modified doo-wop again. C, A minor, F, G7, and then it kind of hits an A minor for a bit. But you think about the doo-wop, and it's all there. Then we'll do I think we'll do a calypso strum again, if I remember this right. Let's see. Yeah, it is, but it's faster, isn't it? So let's see what happens if it's a train wreck or a submarine wreck, whatever you call it. We'll see. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. He'd let us in, knows where we've been, in his octopus's garden in the shade. I'd ask my friends to come and see an octopus's garden with me. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. There we go. Second verse. We would be warm below the storm in our little hideaway beneath the waves, resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave. We would sing and dance around because we know us what to do. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. In an octopus's garden with you. Let it ring. It's still ringing.
Yeah, that's Beatles tunes are always really nice to play.
Some are hard. The chords are tricky and all that, but this one's straightforward.
Yeah, I missed the chat message. If you sent one, what was the next song you were going to?
Oh yeah, I did send you one.
Syncopated
How
Hula
about,
Love Song.
yeah, how about that one? If you can get that ready, I can do that one. Or you know.
Actually,
name
let me
something.
see. I'm going to see if I had it already in the list before for you.
Well, we've done it before. That's why I mentioned it, because you probably would have the JPEG of it ready to go here.
Well, I had the JPEG, but I don't have the song set up for that. Hang on. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy. Let me see this one. Duplicate that. Yep. And normally I would have already had this set up, but I've been trying to get that email message out to the before. Got one more performer.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm missing her email somewhere. Syncopated Hula Love Song.
Yeah, while he's doing that, I mean, I was just remembering. So I mentioned earlier I went to Ono Brewery on Friday for a happy hour, and it was starting to get crowded. They're still safe. They got spacing. There's outdoor dining with they have those fake palapa umbrellas, and it was really windy. They were blowing all over the place. A couple of them collapsed, but it was fun. There's a little more decoration. They got some more tiki kind of things around on the walls and stuff. So it was a good time. Not meant as a plug for a brewery, but I guess it is. I mean,
Well, they are our sponsors.
Yeah, I didn't expect to go there. We had a choice of that or one other place, and one of the guys it turns out I work with is Hawaiian, so I said, "Oh, okay, well, let's go there." So,
Almost there.
okay, good. Well, so Syncopated Hula Love Song. We mentioned earlier Hapa Haole, so that's what this is. It's a song by Harry Owens, who also did Sweet Leilani and some other of the old standards. And it's got a little bit of syncopation to it. It was written in I think 1937. So back then, the at least it's by the music of the day, the big band and the swing and some of that. So,
and it's up. You're up with the song.
I see it. Thank you. So it's in the key of F, and so we're going to do F, and we're going to do some C7s in there, B flat. So work on that. Let's see. Then in the bridge there towards the bottom, it goes into A. So there's an A chord, and then there's an F sharp minor, which is illustrated. No, you don't have the illustration. So it's just a passing chord. Don't worry about it. But what it is if you're playing the A, and you put your ring finger on the second string, second fret, that's an F sharp minor. So it's like A, and you put one finger down, all right? So it's just a passing chord. Otherwise, just hold on the A and you'll be fine. The G minor 7 is like the B flat, but you lift off on the top string. And that's a G minor 7. Also a little bit of a passing chord. I think that's it. Let's see. Our first sung note is the middle C. Oh, and we're going to have this turnaround. So we have the Hawaiian turnaround, G7, C7, F. It's up at the top there. That's the Hawaiian turnaround, and you'll see that at the end of every verse. G7, C7, F. All right, so we'll start with that. This song can be a little bit brisk too, but I'm going to slow it a little bit down. So let's try this. How's that? Yeah. A syncopated hula love song. A hula maiden sang to me, and I lost my heart on the beach at Waikiki. A blue Hawaiian moon was shining, the stars were blinking high above, and I got my start in the art of making love. Down to A. Though a coral sea has come between us, and fond reminiscing brings a tear, still I love my dark-eyed hula Venus. I can't say it. And once again I long to hear, up to the top, a syncopated hula love song. A hula maiden sang to me, and I lost my heart on the beach at Waikiki. Second verse. A blue Hawaiian moon was shining, the stars were blinking high above, and I got my start in the art of making love. Though a coral sea has come between us, and fond reminiscing brings a tear, still I love my dark-eyed hula Venus. I can't say that line. And once again I long to hear syncopated hula love song. We're at the bottom now. A hula maiden sang to me when I lost my heart on the beach at Waikiki. Woo. So yeah, the lyrics of these old songs are pretty corny too, from this era, and you know, I don't mind singing them. Some of them are slightly misogynistic or maybe stereotypical, but you know, that's why I put the picture of the hula man also on there, just for equal time.
Yeah, and that's one of the challenges these days is how to make sure some of these songs are politically correct, I guess, because they come from an era that's strung all over. I mean, to kind of give another example of what you just said is in the James Hill Ukulele Initiative, we have these series of books that we use for students and teachers. James Hill went through, and we went, and there was a good reason for it. They went through a number of songs that would remove them from the curriculum. So I got my hard copy books. They got all these marks on these particular songs because they had to do with, they were made popular during the time of American music history, and some of it know that period, called the blackface. Well, wanted to separate because this was supposed to be a very open and not only sympathetic but empathetic kind of curriculum that includes everybody. Well, if that includes everybody, then we shouldn't have songs in the curriculum. And there's a lot of debate around yes, no, it's history. And it just, that debate was not worthwhile in his curriculum, and I support that. I really do support Jay. He takes it. He takes a lot of thought before he takes any of those actions. But and I've explained to some of my students we're not going to do these songs because, and I explained it to them, and they were very okay with that. So yeah, how do we? I mean, and how do you do that with even some of the Hawaiian language songs? The kauna behind some of those songs are very. While the counter behind a lot of the songs are very racy, in some of the parts. If you listen to Keala Rachel when he gives you some of the backstories on some of the songs, it's sort of like, wow.
But you know, singing a song about cutting the tongue out of a whale doesn't mean that we approve of that kind of thing. You know, it's just a song, right? It's a historical moment in time.
Right, but it also gave you a sense of time.
Yeah.
Right? Because when they got to that stage, that was like one of the last major tasks the whaler did, was to go, and then the tongue-in crew would go and cut the tongue out, and then they prepared it for either converting it to oil or converting it to meat. And then I'm trying to remember if that was one of the things that they did with it, was having tongue steaks, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But and then how do you approach that, or but it was from a series of steps on what you got pulled. If you read, look at the lyrics of Wellerman, you could be pulled behind this whale for a little over a month, right? There's a lot of juice in that whale to pull you around the ocean for a month, and they lose those little there's these little rowing boats. The only thing I can think of right now, but they're
Longboats.
Longboats. So they put these longboats in the water, and that's how they put more harpoons, or they recover things, or they do other kinds of things that are outside the actual whaler. And they, in this particular song, they were down to 4. I don't know how many they have on the boat. That means they must have lost a few in the being towed around the Pacific behind this whale, until they finally get him and they start cutting him up, of course. And then that was also a brutal practice. But the song was more about the rhythmic beat, and that it was a war song. The words that were chosen for it just happened to be that song. And I think it was kind of a fun, because I think in the last month when we did these shanties and sea songs, I also did John Kanaka, which was a tribute to a Hawaiian, but it's a cup song. So if you remember the Pitch Perfect and Kenna McKendrick, McKendrick, she would do the cup song as part of the audition for getting into that sorority. Well, John Kanaka is a shanty, but it fits to do this rhythmic cup song where the video I saw had 3 people on a table, and they were doing this cup, and they're passing it down to the left, passing it down, and of course the guy on the far left tosses the cup all the way over to the guy on the far right, and he continues. And so there's 3 cups as they're handling them, but the cup is always recycled to the guy on the end. Well, anyways, because today was kind of a bad weather day, let me see. I'm sure the whale tried to kill them. Oh, absolutely. If you got a spear hanging out of you and you're running around the ocean trying to get away from the boat, and you're getting tired of hauling this thing, once in a while you may go and whack a tail against the boat. Anyways, that was one of the questions, David, I saw in the chat room. So one of the other things I'm going to get ready to do is here's the song that I'm doing next. And David, I think we exhausted all your songs, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can do another one.
Can you find one more, and then we're going to wrap up with Sweet Wahine on the end. So this is the one, that I'm going to do. It's called Have You Seen the Rain? Because of the weather today of Have You Seen the Rain is kind of
Did you want me to
apropos.
find one more? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you could find one more out of that list I sent you, that of the songs that we have, then we'll and then after that, because we'll have it. We have enough time for pretty much 3 more songs. So I'm going to do this. Have You Ever Seen the Rain? It is a John Fogerty, Creedence Clearwater song. There's a lot of I wouldn't say backstory or even interpretations, but I think it had to do with the reasons why that this song had to do with the pending band breakup, and that's one of the stories I've read. So I'm not exactly sure, and I'm not going to go into that. But the way we're playing this, it goes from basically top to the bottom. I don't do the instrumental as a jams. I just go verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, and the second verse, chorus we're going to do 2 times. Actually, the way I do this for the jams is first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, back to first verse, and end on the chorus. Okay, but I do play the intro. they say. It'll rain a sunny day, I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard, I know. Been that way for all my time, till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow, I know, and it can't stop, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm, I know. It's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day, I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Coming down on a sunny day.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I did that song.
Yeah. Huh.
And I think I did that actually on the stage and using a baritone.
Well, I did you see my note there? Well, you probably haven't seen it yet. If you can find that one, I can talk about it while you're pulling it up.
Yeah, Cover Mountains. I think that one's going to be quick because I already have it up.
You have it there somewhere, yeah. Okay, good. So while he's doing that, so we're going to do Mist-Covered Mountains of Home. We did this a month or two ago. It's been quite a while since we used to do this at the open mic, some of us, but and it's an old Scottish song from 1856. I cannot pronounce the Scottish title of it. I know Laura Eileen and a few other people know how to say it. It's pretty commonly covered. It was done at the funeral of John Kennedy. It's in D minor, kind of. It's actually in for esoteric people who want to know. It's actually in Dorian, which is it's almost like a minor key, but it has a raised sixth note. So it's like one note off from a minor. The other songs in that same kind of key would be Drunken Sailor, which we do, but we only do 2 chords for that one. And Scarborough Fair is another one that you guys are familiar with. So that's another song in this mode. So it's got the D minor. I know we're waiting. Let me know, Moses, when it pops up. It's mostly it's a D minor. It's not going to be too hard, the chords. There's one that you may not know, but D minor, and then we're going to have a C, and there's an F, and then the only other chord is the E minor 7, which is 0-2-0-2. It's like if you play the E7, but you lift up off the top string. There it is. So that's an E minor 7. And so between the D minor and then the F, it just gives it kind of they're close chords. They're close together, but this gives it a sort of a sweet sound to it. So I thought Moses is going to sing about rain. I'll sing about mist, right? Why not? This song is in it's a 3/4 time. So if you want to get warmed up, you do your D minor. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm doing it down, up, down, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, ready? Oh ho rah, soon will I see them. Oh hey ro, see them, oh see them. Oh ho ro, soon will I see them. The mist-covered mountains of home. Got it? Now the verses have the same chord progression, so you don't have to learn a new chord progression. We're just going to go into the first one. There shall I gaze on the mountains again, on the fields and the hills and the birds in the glen, with people of courage beyond human ken. In the haunts of the deer I will roam. Oh ho rah, soon will I see them. Oh hey ro, see them, oh see them. Oh ho ro, soon will I see them, the mist-covered mountains of home. Hail to the mountains with summits of blue, to the glens with the meadows of sunshine and dew, to the women and men, ever constant and true, ever ready to welcome one home. Oh ho rah, soon will I see them. Oh hey ro, see them, oh see them. Oh ho ro, soon will I see them, the mist-covered mountains of home. There shall I visit the place of my birth. They'll give me a welcome, the warmest on earth, so loving and kind, full of music and mirth, in the sweet-sounding language of home. Oh ho rah, soon will I see them. Oh hey ro, see them, oh see them. Oh ho ro, soon will I see them, the mist-covered mountains of home. Whew. Now in the real song, when they say in the sweet-sounding language of home at the end, they actually then do a verse in what's it called? Is it Gaelic or showing my ignorance? But and it's very pretty. I just wouldn't attempt to sing it.
Yeah, that's one of the
You're
always
muted,
the challenge. Yeah,
Moses, at least
yeah.
on the Zoom side.
Yeah, I forgot because I was typing. I didn't want to bleed over into the two microphones that are set up. One is all the sound coming through Zoom, and then my specific microphone up here. And because if I don't turn both of them off, you'll hear the clicking, typing, bleeding through. And I didn't want to have that. Yeah, this is one of the challenging things of the way we're set up, where didn't want to have to track songbooks out there and not be restricted to any one songbook, whether it's the Daily Ukulele or the Leap Year or the Kukumele or the Blue Book, Aloha Mele, or even our own songbooks. And that put the burden on us who are sharing the jams, albeit it's not truly live. Well, it is live streaming, but it's not in like the way that some of these other kind of kapila groups where you have a million tiny pictures of everybody that's in there. Everybody's muted then. And it's got its own kind of challenges. This way, when we're showing songs on the screen, like we did with your Mist-Covered Mountain, and I'll put that back up, with the Mist-Covered Mountain, is that you can see it's one page. So our challenge is how to do an arrangement that you, the listeners, can find to be still fun, and then make it long enough for it to be a good jam session. And that means we can find any lead sheets use any lead sheets, and the club will deal with, the society will deal with the copyright issues, because we've been hit with, you can't do that. You're going to have to remove that, or with the different copyright trackers, or I don't know the word to use how they do that, but they do want, and I believe, following the copyright rules, but it makes it real hard when you're doing covers like this, and just to kind of entertain, and you're not charging anything. But I know on YouTube, for example, when you're watching it on YouTube, you get inundated, the listeners get inundated with advertisements. While those advertisements, showtime, accrue to the performers of the song. So when they claim a copyright on a certain segment, if they claim it the right way, which means they're not saying we couldn't play it, it just, I cannot monetize the time that I'm singing their song. Any advertisements that showed during that time should go to the artist. I'm all for that. I 100% hope that they blast away on the advertisements, so the advertisers pay these musicians who own these songs. I think that's great. That's one way to get money back to the performers. I mean, one day we're going to come back out of this and we're going to have live performances again. Everybody can't wait for that. And thinking back on the one time the ensemble got to perform for the holiday season, we had so many people come up to just outside of our safe zone, because the Reston Community Center had roped off 10 feet. I actually moved that out to 15 feet. So these patrons who are listening, they had to be masked. They had to keep distance. The security guys are making sure the family clusters were 15 feet or 10 feet from other family clusters. They came up after we performed and saying they were glad we were out there bringing them live music again. So that was, that warmed our hearts, and bringing holiday music to them, because we always performed over at Mon Ami Gabby. And this year they put us by the Christmas tree, which was fantastic. And I hope we did well enough that next year, or this coming year for holiday, they bring us back to the Christmas tree, at least have some of our performances there. Now, without further ado, because we're going to try to wrap up early. This is the first time we're going to wrap up early, because that gives me time to really get set up for the open mic. It is short this time. There's actually only 3 performers, unless I could twist David's arm virtually. Is that it's going to be one person from Washington State, and a lot of it's all my fault, because I let time get away from me in coordinating who's going to be there. Although my cousin, or distant cousin, Mike Chiali, he is the feature artist today, so he can get as much time as he wants for the open mic tonight. But there's Amy Sullivan from Washington State. I'm surprised. Normally, Alika also from Washington State. He's always wanting to perform. He wants to perform every month if he gets the opportunity to. Somehow we missed coordinating this month, and then I'm going to fill in for a couple of the tunes. I've got some songs that I can do what we call pull out of the 6 point of contact, and then kind of do them. So I'll perform a few tunes as well, and then give Mike the bulk of the time allotted. So it will actually end early. It is live streamed through Facebook Live. So if you go to our site, which is facebook.com/northern.virginia.ukulele.society/live, you'll see the link there when we actually start streaming that says you could jump to the live show. And I do have a recording that I always put up there. There will be actually 2 today that show the ensemble's performance. One you already seen here today, and that was the I Am What I Am. I like to open any of the society events that is live streamed with that to kind of promote Roy Sakuma and Kathy Music Productions, as well as the Ukulele Festival Hawaii, especially since this year is going to be virtual. It will be a lot of fun. A lot of groups are being asked to put their videos together for that have performed before, and that are going to be presented or showcased this year as part of the virtual show. And then next year it's going to be live. At least that's the current plan. So what I'm going to do is that this last song is what we always do is a signature song where we're asking everybody who's in the society, and of course there's some people who are who are watching because we're publicly open, is Sweet Wahine. And sorry if you're hearing the clicking. I'm trying to multitask by sending out a couple of emails at the same time I'm getting ready to sing this song and checking the where's my YouTube feed? Oh, here it is. Because I want to check the chat messages. Let me see. We remember the missed. Oh, good. Oh, that's Larry and Linda Burke. They're online.
It is.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Larry.
Bring us a jam.
Hey, I'm heading out your way for a week in July, so maybe we can get together and play some music together there, Larry. Except I'm going to be down, kind of stuck in the San Diego region. I know you're up in the Los Angeles region, and because we're there to help take care of some things there. So I'm going to be there for a week, and I can send you the dates. Just send me an email, and I'll get that with you. Get with you on getting together. Well, anyway, Sweet Wahine is a song that we actually have copyrights permission from the composers Don Kaulia and LT Smooth, and they in 2009 is when I first got introduced to this song, but with the CD of the same name, that Don Kaulia and LT Smooth got a Nahoku Hano Hano Award for that CD, and this was the title song of that same titled CD. And I thought it was a really cool song, fairly simple on the chords. It's just an A minor, D minor, and E7. Then you return to A minor for a 4-bar or 8-bar set, and then you return again for another 8-bar or 4-bar set, depending on how you count. But I also use it in a society to help people overcome the fear of soloing, because in the key of A minor, if you know the C scale, you have all the notes for the A minor scale, which is nothing more than a C minor notes, C major notes, starting with the letter A and then going all the way up through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A is the A minor scale. C scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C is the C scale. All natural notes, and there's a reason for that. There's a whole theory discussion about that. But if you know the C scale, then you know the scale for the A minor. So, and the way we teach our primer and our group lessons, people are able to start to noodle around to play this song. Now, what are the strums? As a matter of fact, do a quick tutorial. You can play this song with. Now, I need to pull this sheet up because I know I'm going to goof it up. No, I shouldn't goof it up, but so when you can play it with straight fours. So straight fours is down. You play it with straight eights, which is down up, squarely, not swung. Or you could play it with the calypso. So there's down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now, the really cool strum to go with this is taking the calypso and put the chunks on the 2/4, and it goes like this. Okay, so we're going to try something here. I'm going to ask David to be ready to go to do a solo. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit strumming so that Zoom doesn't freak out. David, you're gonna need to make sure you get ready to turn your mic on just before you do your solo part. And I'm going to stop strumming on the E7. So I'm not going to do the double down strum on the E7. I'm going to do one. You got to count that one beat and then come right in with your solo. And then I'm going to come right back in with the chorus right after you finish your solo. So we're going to try that. What's that?
Cue me in.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to say anything to cue you in. You have to. No, it's going to be at the same spot where you normally come in for a solo. Okay, we're going to try that. Here we go. Espanita, la muchacha, sweet Wahine, dance for me. Espanita, la muchacha, pretty lady, dance for me. It was out on the shores of Hawaii where we saw her dance out in Waikiki, playing Taylor guitars under the stars, Hawaiian tunes in old slack key. David.
Going.
Espanita, thanks David, la muchacha, sweet Wahine, that's for me. Espanita, la muchacha, pretty lady, that's for me. Well, that didn't work too bad.
Okay, I know I was late hitting the button, but otherwise it was okay.
Yeah. Oh, and for everybody, one of the things I still have to finish testing is how to leverage some of the other tools that's been around that actually does allow us to separate the audio from the video, and the audio would go through a different tool and stream. And then I bring it together here at the broadcast station, so to speak, and then marry it to Zoom so that everybody can play together with minimal latency. So we're almost playing together. And then marry that with the video, and then it's streamed into OBS. One of the things I haven't finished testing, I've tested that the software works. I could do the audio. But I haven't merged it with Zoom yet. I haven't been able to make that work. But as soon as I get that to work, of course, then we can do all the other thing. If we make that work on a limited basis, if we're still in this COVID thing for a little longer, I suspect we're going to be through it at least through mid to late summer at a minimum. If we're still in this, then it is possible to allow a handful of people to join us with the jams in the Zoom. Now, I'm not going to open it up for everybody. That means some will be allowed into the Zoom session, and as long as you're running that other software in conjunction with Zoom and turning your mic, not allowing Zoom to grab your microphone and using your audio through that other software, this will work. But the minute it doesn't, that someone doesn't follow that regimen, we allow them in and they don't follow that, I will boot them out, only because it will create latency issues with everybody else. But I haven't finished testing yet between everything else that I'm doing. But that's where one of the things I'm headed. Oh, you're welcome, Pam. Yeah, this has always been a lot of fun. I always try to do a little bit of teaching, but also try to do a ton of songs. Today we did a ton of songs, and I wanted to do that. And I usually have more time to take care of a little bit of the administrative stuff. But with Manuel traveling today, he's not he's not our third person that's able to take up. So it's usually David does a song, Manuel does a song, then I do a song. So I have a few minutes to take care of these other admin things at the same time. Because in about 2 minutes I need to be off and running to start setting up for the open mic. I do want to so tonight's open mic, there's only 3 performers. Amy Sullivan from Washington State, myself, David, yes, no?
I'm sorry, what was the question? I was reading somebody's...
Oh, I was saying I didn't even put you back up here. So I was just saying whether or not you're willing to ad hoc do a song or two in for the open mic. Yeah, it's no pressure. If you don't want to, that's fine.
I can do I'll do 2. How's that? I'll do 2. I may repeat one I just did since I practiced.
Oh, that's fine. I plan on doing a Wellerman and maybe Sweet
I'll do 2
for that one on the Facebook
sure.
Live. I may do something else because I had a hard time doing the solo part or the strummed solo with my pinky going every which way. Well, thanks, Lynette. Yeah, this is fun. We're trying to do a little bit more with leveraging the technology. Anyways, so tonight is Amy and then David, myself, and then Mike Keale, who's the Hawaiian troubadour on the island of Kauai. That's tonight, and it's on Facebook Live. Next month, I've already, I guess they expressed an interest in wanting to perform on our open mic too. I've already secured the featured performer, and it's going to be Danny Joy and Perry Stauffer, who I'm taking some lessons with, and they wanted to come out and perform on the open mic, kind of as a let everybody know that they're running an academy. They're running a great academy. And you can either pay by the lesson, not pay by the lesson, but pay by the course for the month, or like I do, I just pay for the entire academy so I can pop in on any lesson. And I'm taking the jazz, improvisation, blues, and the bass lessons with them. I've been able to attend most of them, but not all. But that's sort of the me stuff, not worrying about what am I teaching the society or what am I leading the society to be able to do on a couple of things. But those are classes I take for my own satisfaction or gratification and improvement. Otherwise, I sort of set it was one level, never improving, and that's not a good thing either. Well, anyways, so they're performing as the featured artist next month. So and hopefully we'll get a lot more people who do the open mic. But because I have feature artists and we give them double the amount of time that we normally give everybody else, that also means we shorten up the number of seats. So last couple of months, the seats filled up really fast. We actually had to turn 1 or 2 people away. But this month we're kind of light, and that's my fault for not getting it out sooner. So, without further ado, what we want to say is aloha and a hui hou.
Mahalo.
And if you want to know, this shaka is a great tool. How come my camera looks goofy? Oh, there we go. So, this is a contactless handshake.
Right.
So, you can call this the COVID handshake. The shaka is the COVID handshake because I don't need to bump elbows, because if you bump elbows, you're inside of 6 feet. So with the shaka, you could be 20 feet and still give them the old shaka. Anyways, thank you for coming. Thank you for listening, and we'll see all of you. Well, for the society members, don't forget in 2 weeks, April 11th is our second Sunday primer and lessons. And then I don't remember the actual date. I think it's April 23rd, but I'm stand corrected if it's not. It's the fourth Sunday is our jams and open mic broadcast live over YouTube for the jams and Facebook for the open mic.